Hello, and welcome to Think About It. Do you remember when a culturally iconic moment was introduced to America on NBC's Thursday night lineup in the mid-90s? It looks a little bit something like this.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it, let it go.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3. What? Nothing for you.
And thus was born the legend of the soup Nazi. Hilarious, mostly because of the absurdity of the very idea that any one person can dictate what you eat, when you eat it, even if you're willing to pay for it. And then we fast forward to the year 2012, and we realize that what used to be fiction is now reality. Instead of a soup Nazi, we have basically an entire snack food Nazi administration in New York City that has targeted the size of the soft drinks you can have, the size of the popcorn you can order at a movie theater, and of course, milkshakes and malts. Because in New York, there's really nothing more important to worry about. Now let me say here near the outset of our time together, I'm a fairly healthy eater. I don't like pop. It's not because anybody refuses to let me enjoy it. I just don't really like the taste of it. I drink a lot of water. In fact, I'll drink water in a big old 44-ouncer like this, but that's about it. When I go to movies, I sit in the back row. I don't like to hear people eating, and so I don't eat popcorn at the movies. What I'm trying to say, and I don't live in New York City, so what I'm trying to say is none of these things personally immediately impacting me. But that's far from the point. I can't understand what the nation's largest city has had slipped into its water that would encourage people to just take all of this sitting down or lying down or standing up. I understand that we are an overweight nation, but I also know quite clearly that we don't need somebody else coming along to tell us how to eat, especially when that same person is unwilling to abide by those rules. It cracks me up. For some unknown reason, we're willing to forfeit our freedoms just because somebody else says you really should forfeit that freedom. It makes no sense to me. If I want to get in my truck or ride my bike or go to the park and have one of these 44 ounces and one of these 44 ounces filled with anything, what if we put a sugary soft drink in this one, a milkshake in this one, and maybe I'll somehow try to corral a third item, which is a big tub of popcorn in my hand? What business is that of government at any level? Just when you thought life couldn't get any more bizarre, any more hilarious, we go from the soup Nazi to the New York food Nazis. And I would ask you this question. After all, this is titled Think About It. How much further are you willing to let them go? Is it not until it touches your favorite area of life that you start to get a little offended? What if they target your candy bar? Maybe your pizza? What if it's an activity that you enjoy immensely, but they determine it's just not really as safe and as healthy as it could be? You see, it starts in bizarre, small ways that some people laugh at, and somehow they get passed through. I would have to guess that about the time they get to your favorite food or activity, it's a little bit too late. You might want to start thinking about these things on the front end before something like this happens to you.
Hey there. One mulligatawny and, what is that right there? Is that lima bean?
Yes.
Never been a big fan. You know what? Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Al Pacino? You know, Scent of a Woman? Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Very good. Very good.